Alright, I don't feel like doing rock, paper, scissors, so we're going to do heads or tails. How about that, eh? Heads. I don't know. Quicker that way.
Alright everyone, we got a match versus Chaos over here. He leads with a sneeze and I'm like, alright, I don't really know exactly what it's going to do, so I'm going to try and set something up. And he gets a crit fake out. I was like, don't! Oh well, no big deal. I'm just going to stay in and continue to try to do something. I know that line can potentially carry taunt, but obviously Weevil's already fragile as hell. And I don't think he really wants to try to get hit unless he's like got sash and counter, which I suppose actually honestly really makes sense. But normally leads like that, when they block your rocks, or if you set them up, they're going to go immediately to either a spinner or somebody to set them up themselves, in this case both. So I didn't want to stay in and maybe take an ice punch, maybe it countered, whatever, so I go right up to Melodic to try and stop his, and it works perfectly. Unfortunately my Hydro Pump doesn't finish it off this time, but he doesn't set up rocks either. He sets up Trick Room, though of course Trick Room will allow him to get up his own, and well, I did my best. There's not a darn thing I could have done about that, but, you know, whatever. So, in comes Rhyperior, which is now going to be super fast, so I'm guessing he's going to be banded, and he's going to try and wreck some face, meaning there's definitely no safe switch in the world, unless, you know, like Banded Earthquake and I go to Scarm or something, but it's not like I have a Scarm. So, I throw a Hydro Pump in his face, which gets a crit, which does not matter in the slightest, despite after Solid Rock. I threw 900 damage of Hydro Pump in his face, and then it's doubled from a crit. So he just totally got wrecked. He goes up to a Gira, which I'm pretty sure I can survive a Waterfall or a Stone Edge or whatever, so I'm going to try and get one Recover up here and, you know, see what it wants to do. I am a little bit worried about Dragon Dance, but I do have Confuse Ray if it wants to start setting up and I don't end up making it out alive, and then I can go from there. But he was actually just afraid of Hidden Power Electric, and he was trying to scout it out himself, so that's why he switched. I'm like, well, cool. Thanks for the free heal. So now I definitely scored a couple of kills for the price of his rocks. You know, I'll take that any day of the week. So at this point I'm thinking a little bit on what I want to go to. I made a mistake big time mentally. I was like, I think that thing could explode. I don't want to go to Bliss, but obviously he can't explode, which I realized a few turns later. I ended up going out to a ground type, which obviously was, you know, really logical. It made sense. I just didn't think he would go for it because it's a little too easy. So it allows me to set up rocks of my own. As Gira is weak to it, I chose rocks over poison spikes, toxic spikes, whatever. And unfortunately, he came in immediately. And that time I was expecting dance, so I go out to my Scarfer, knowing that if he doesn't dance, he's -1 attack. If he does dance, I'm still faster, and there's no way in hell he's going to know that. So I throw a Stone Edge in his face. It hits for the win. It doesn't finish him off, no, but it does put him at Stealth Rock range. So it's really, really low from there, and I'm not too worried about him, I suppose. So I could go for it again. I don't think he's going to switch because he's lower than Stealth Rock. So I'm going to have to stay in and go for it, although I didn't expect to really hit it. He does in fact switch anyway, which is great, and then I do get a crit Stone Edge, which is even better. So if I didn't crit, he'd be at, you know, around half. He'd go for a Bullet Punch. May or may not kill, I don't know. I'll just assume it would kill, and then I would bring in Zapdos. And there's not a whole lot this dude's going to do to Zapdos regardless. So I don't think it was too big of a deal, but because I got the crit, I'm allowed to switch over to here on the expected Bullet Punch, not take a whole lot, and throw a Vacuum Wave in his face, so that the best I can take is a Bullet Punch, which he doesn't even go for this time. So that was just all kinds of good. Again, a minor difference, but it allowed me to keep Tauros alive. And Sneasel comes back in. I know he's going to fake me out, but I'm not exactly going to switch because I do have Vacuum Wave over here. Even if he's got Ice Shard to finish it off, it's not like it's going to do 100 points to me. So I'm pretty sure Vacuum Wave would kill Weevil, so it's sure as hell going to kill this guy. And, you know, takes him down. Now I'm in Blaze range, so let's see what I can do. Unfortunately, I do believe that guy's going to be quicker than me. I'm assuming he is Specs. Maybe Scarf, I suppose, based on the fact that he keeps switching and wasn't able to switch moves against this ground type twice in a row now. So I went for a Super Fang if he wanted to stay in, considering all he's got left is a dead Gyarados. But, you know, he switched out, used his fodder. Good turn for it, I suppose. It allows him to switch moves. But it's not going to matter at this point. It's 6-on-1. I've got a Super Fang incoming. He's now stuck on Mirror Shot, which Bliss and Melodic and hell, Zapdos, all three of them are going to totally troll over that all day long. So that's definitely going to end the game. So, I honestly don't really have anything to say to close it out. So I'm just not going to. Thanks for watching, guys. I will catch you later. Peace.